Hello everyone, welcome back to STW Sport. I'm host Sam, you're right here with Sheffield United fan Sean Simmons. Now please tell me, Sean, what's it like supporting Sheffield United?
It's definitely been a bit of a roller coaster at times, and there's been a lot of bad. But last 4 or 5 years, last 4 years, it's definitely been up there. I'd probably say is across the country, probably one of the better clubs to support. But obviously this season, he's looking down a bit. But Chris is. We're fine with him. If he's earned the right to take us back down, if that's what happens.
Yeah, definitely. What he's done for the club, especially. Do you have a first memory watching Sheffield United?
I do. West Ham United in the Premier League. Very, very brief memory. But the 3-0 home win.
Yeah.
And it's a shame we didn't stay up, but it's all part of it. And if we'd have stayed up then, and Warnock could have stayed in charge, then we wouldn't be where we are now. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you mentioned, of course, time in League One. It must have been a roller coaster for you, coming close a few times. I mean, how did it eventually feel to get out of League One?
It was, most promotions are like a celebration. Like once the Premier League was a celebration, but it was more of a relief.
Yeah.
After 6 years being stuck there, because we knew we shouldn't be stuck there.
Yeah. I mean, and once you got promoted to the Premier League last season, little did you imagine a ninth place finish and victories over Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal. Like that must have been quite something.
It was much more than we expected, because we knew that we had the manager for it, but we weren't sure how the players would adapt, and we didn't know how it would go. So we would have been happy with 17th before the season started. So to push for Europe.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Of course, you mentioned Chris Wilder. He's got to be your favourite Sheffield United manager, hasn't he, in your lifetime?
Without any shadow of doubt, without any thought. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously as well, going with the Championship, only 2 seasons in the Championship before you got promoted. I bet that was more of a shock that you actually went up.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised how well we did first season, because we finished 10th, and up until the last 2-3 games we were pushing for playoffs. So it was definitely a surprise. But
yeah. So, do you have a favourite Sheffield United player that you've ever watched?
Probably Billy Sharp.
Yeah, I think most fans would say that.
Yeah, just because it's hard. It's hard at the minute to pick a player that I don't like, but definitely the word Billy's come up with is a United fan, and the way he's come up through the club.
Absolutely. You got a favourite, say, memories in game in general? Favourite game?
What Leeds away last season was a big stepping stone in the title. And Ipswich at home when we actually got the promotion all but guaranteed.
Yeah.
They're probably the standout ones.
Yeah, of course. You got a favourite away day you've been to?
Probably Preston. And it was a miserable day, and we lost 1-0 to a header, and we didn't play very well. But that was because Preston's always a really good place to go.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Of course, going on about the playoffs, then, what was the most hurtful playoff? Would you say that you didn't end up succeeding in?
The final, because we went into the final without a recognised striker available, and we were playing midfielder up front, and we dominated all game. Could not get the ball in the net. And then lost on penalties. Yeah,
just to make it worse as well.
With our keeper missing the last penalty. So
that definitely doesn't sound good. But yeah, I mean, going on last season as well, when you were pushing for Europe, did you ever think realistically it would happen, or was you always quite...
There was definitely a time that it felt like it was going to happen. Yeah. Everyone thought it was going to happen, and without lockdown, it might have been a completely different
I was about
story.
to say, you got to wonder, would it have happened without, would it have happened if lockdown didn't happen? You still had the crowd behind you all the way.
Yeah. The atmosphere at Bramall Lane is different to anything I've experienced anywhere else, so it really does help to boost the players.
I was going to say, have you got a favourite Bramall Lane atmosphere, would you say?
West Ham at home in January.
Yeah.
When the Declan Rice
the incident,
in the last
of course,
minute.
Where they had a goal ruled out right at the end. That must have been fun.
That and probably Man United as well. The Man United home game.
Last season? Yeah, that was an eventful game actually, especially when you scored in the last minute as well,
just
to make it an equaliser as well. I was going to ask as well, of course, rival Sheffield Wednesday, for most of your lifetime you've been beneath them in the table and stuff, so it must be good now to finally be above them, and, especially the situation they're currently in as well. Yeah,
it's definitely fun to have the bragging rights for us, because we got a lot especially when they beat us to promotion in League One. We were always the pub team and stuff like that, so it's definitely good to have. But I'd like to have them in the Premier League to have a Premier League derby.
Yeah,
and that's something
definitely be something that would be seen in the Premier League. That one. Have you got a favourite match that you remember against Sheffield Wednesday?
I mean, the 4-2 stands out.
Yeah,
because it was the first derby in 5 years or something like that, and it was massive for us. And it since that day, you've seen like the rise of us and the fall of them, and that was like the significant turning point.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, of course, like you say, when you've been beneath them for a lot of the time as well. Yeah. I mean, have you got a favourite ever goal you've seen live?
In terms of importance, probably the Basham goal away at Leeds.
Yeah.
In terms of quality, probably Ollie Norwood at Brentford last year, the season before.
Yeah.
Because that was we don't score many good goals. We score a lot of goals in and around the box, a lot of Billy Sharp-esque goals,
scrappy goals more than anything. Yeah.
But that was probably Norwood's probably the best technical strike.
Yeah. That's fair. What would you think the key was last season to succeeding in the Premier League and doing as well as you did?
Having that solid foundation defensively.
Yeah.
The back line that played in the Championship together. Dean Henderson as well obviously played a massive part in that.
Yeah.
That's what we do look like we miss him at certain parts this season, but I think that's because we were never going to score loads of goals. Playing with a flat 3 and a 2 up front, we were never going to score loads, so we had to be solid defensively and grind out results.
Yeah. So what do you think the future holds for the club this season especially?
This season especially, I think it's probably going to be a tough battle against relegation.
Yeah.
But once we've got a really tough run coming up, and once we've got City, Liverpool and Chelsea out of the way, hopefully we can start picking up points.
Yeah.
And I think we will do when players come back in, because we've got a lot of injuries and stuff, and we've lost Jack O'Connell for the season, so that could be a bit of a problem. But
yeah. How do you think relegation would feel? I mean, obviously, in a way, it would be very disappointing after such a good season last year, but do you think it's unrealistic to expect the same thing like this year?
Yeah, it would be unrealistic to expect another top 10 finish, especially when you're looking at how some teams have improved, such as Everton, who finished below us last season. And like, I look at Arsenal last season, look how poor Arsenal were, and they still managed to finish above us, so it was like, as much as top 10 was good last season, I wasn't expecting it again.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, like, got a prediction where exactly you're going to finish the season?
17.
17. So you're going for a last escape at the end, maybe.
Yeah. I think we've just got that little bit more fight in us than some other clubs. So.
Yeah, that is fair enough. I mean, another season in the Premier League, you certainly take that one, regardless of the circumstances. Exactly. But yeah, so that's all we've got time for anyway. So thank you, Sean, for being a guest on the channel. And yeah, thank everyone for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.